Hello to the parents of Mr. Prey's reading class and math class. Recording for just to give my little introduction here. I know some of you know who I am, some of you might not. Just nice to put a face to the name. I either have your child for reading or I have your child for math, and I'll send this short video out and just kind of give you a little background about myself. My name is Mr. Prey. I've taught at St. George for 10 years, number 10. Taught 6 years in first and second grade. I've taught 4 years in my fourth year at third and fourth. Just kind of share some photos with you here. This was this summer. Over here is me and my daughter at the 4th of July. And this is exactly what I showed the kids too, so they had a hoot checking this out. And this is Ramsey at the Flush Picnic. And I got to make some connections with your students about who was at the Flush Picnic and who was at Wamego for the 4th of July. This is Ramsey. She's 3 years old, and her Gigi. Her name's Grandma Flo. Lives in Manhattan. She's kind of well known for the area, surprisingly. She goes to the Catholic Church in Manhattan, St. Thomas More. And then over here, this was another good photo of Ramsey on the 4th of July. This is my wife, Laura Lee, my daughter Ramsey, and then this is Caitlin, Trent's daughter, on her baptism. I thought it was a good photo of the family, though. And then my wife, Laura Lee, here, and my daughter Ramsey at a barbecue place over last Christmas. And one day at church, this is my wife's family, and Ramsey's cousins over here. My wife's parents, Dennis and Janet. And then we went to summer vacation. We went to Colorado, and I had some training to do out there for school also. So we got to take a school van, and there's Ramsey in the background, and Laura Lee and myself. And then this was that winter over Christmas again with part of my wife's family. And then here's a good Halloween photo that I have of my wife. Ramsey was a bumblebee that year, and myself in downtown Wamego. This is what we dressed up like. Hopefully you can recognize those costumes over on this side. Coming to America. Hopefully everybody's old enough to have seen that movie, and maybe not. And then Ramsey's birthday was in June, and so she had an Ariel birthday, themed birthday, and this is my mom, Sue, and then her other grandma, Janet. And this was a bunch of teachers from St. George and Westmoreland. We got together this summer and put together a great program for for math and science. This is the principal at Westy, and then Mr. Holiday, and some of the other teachers you noticed in the background. So we got together for 2 weeks and just really did a lot of work in the math and science department. And then we went to the Royals Stadium as a staff this summer. Great. We got a Royals win that day. They played the Twins. And then this was a couple student teachers that I had from last year. We were all left-handed, so that's why we took the photo. This was one of the events that came to our school last year. This guy talked about elk medicine. Ask your students. They'll probably remember it. It's a good time for them. Something we did in class last year, talking about good things that we remember from each other and what they were good in, or just writing good things. Something that I really enjoy doing is playing golf. So I've been out on the golf course a couple times. I get to go out this weekend and later in September too, so I'm pretty excited about that. I also coach the high school wrestling team. This is one of my students' older brothers on the mat. I wrestled in college also, and I found this photo, and I thought it was a good one at the national tournament. So I wanted to get that in there also. And then my wrestling team in practice after a day. And then this is something near and dear to my heart, and I've talked to the kids about it, is the Fuse Foundation and Adults with Muscular Dystrophy. We go down to this camp. I'm a camp counselor there it's the end of July, start of August. And just a really great cause. Really great cause. This is my camper here in the middle. And this is kind of the wrestling crew here, whether it's WWE or, high school wrestling or whatever. This is our wrestling crew. And then this is just a picture of that Fuse Foundation. And we meet in Wichita. Just have a great time. Just have camp. And I get to help out and have a good time. And it's a blast. And so that's what we've been doing. That's what we did this summer. And some of the different photos that I got to show you throughout the year. And meet my daughter Ramsey and my wife Laura Lee, and hopefully I will get to meet you guys later in the year.